Welcome everybody, and thank you for watching StatisGoat's introductory video. In the simplest sense, we made a soccer website where users can stay up to date with the 6 most popular leagues in Europe by viewing extensive player and team stats from games across these leagues, and view predictions on how our machine learning models predict these games might play out.
Hi, I'm Ethan Bork. I'm a computer science major and I worked on the back end for our project.
Hi, my name is Gregory Sukiman and I'm majoring in data science. For this project, most of my main work gonna be in the back end.
Hi everybody, my name is Wyatt Light. I'm a computer science major and I was a back-end developer on StatisGoat.
Hi, my name is Tyler and I'm majoring in computer science. I mostly worked on the front-end development of this project.
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm majoring in computer science and I mostly worked on the front-end development of our project.
The idea for a project came from my passion for soccer. Now, I've never played soccer at any particularly high level, but my interest for the game comes from me playing the FIFA video game, let's say, a little bit too much. Now, my interest in this game has since turned into a real appreciation for what they call the beautiful game. My weekend mornings are often spent watching games from across Europe, and I've developed a real fascination with the storylines this game creates, both on the field and off the field. Now, since becoming a soccer fan, I've noticed a real problem of there being no singular service that enables users to receive updates on all of their favorite leagues. Oftentimes, to do this, I find myself bouncing between several websites to get updates on the games from across the weekend. So, I wanted to create this website that provides users everything they need to stay up to date with their favorite leagues across Europe and challenge my own ability to predict how soccer games will play out. StatisGoat offers coverage of these 6 leagues shown here: the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the German Bundesliga, the Italian Serie A, the French Ligue 1, and the UEFA Champions League, which is the league where the best teams across those 5 leagues play each other over the course of the season. For each of these games in these leagues, users can view extensive team and player stats to view how each player is performing, as well as how the team is performing overall. In addition to these stats, many of them will come accompanied with predictions developed by our human-inspired machine learning models, stats such as player expected goals. These predictions can then produce a prediction for the match outcome, which can be viewed as a percentage on our home screen.
Okay, so when you first navigate to our site, you're brought to this homepage here, which just shows us a list of all the matchups for that day. In the middle, we can see our prediction, and since this game already happened, we also have a score as well. On the right, we can choose to sort by league, and just below that, we can see if any of the teams we have favorited are playing that day. So since I have favorited Leeds, we can see their matchup showing up there in that list. On the left, we can choose to see the matchups for other days. And just below that, we have a list of top players, which are just the top players for every matchup that happened in that day. And then if I wanted to learn more about a specific match, I can choose this details option here. After selecting the details option, we're brought to the match details page. At the top, we can see some basic information on the match, followed by a timeline of events, so goals or substitutions, for example. After that, we have the player stats section, which gives us the player lineup for each team on the left. And then selecting a player shows us a list of stats they achieved that game, followed by, or along with what we expected them to get. On the right, we have our top performers versus our top expected performers, and then we can also sort by different stats as well. Following that, we have the lineup section, which shows us what we saw in the field with some other information such as position and number, for example. After that, we have the team stats section, which shows us some stats for each team versus what we expected them to get. After that, we have the match history section, which just shows us each team's 5 most previous matches and some basic information on them. And then at the bottom we have the comment section where users can leave comments and reply to others as well. And we also have the option to like and dislike as well. Then if we want to learn about a specific team, we can just select them. This takes us to their team's details page. On the left we have their roster, and on the right we have their top players according to a few different stats such as rating, goals, and assists. Following that we have another match history section which just goes over the team's 10 previous matches. And then at the bottom we have a graph visualizing some statistics for those 10 previous matches. So we can see what actually happened, and we can also see our prediction in the blue line. And then we can also sort by a few different stats here. And then if I want to learn more about a specific player, I select that player, and this brings us to their details page. We have some basic information about them on the left, and then another graph similar to the one on the team's details page on the right. And if we wanted to see a list of all the players, I can select this players option here, which just brings us to a list of every player. And then similar to that, we also have a teams list where we can favorite different teams and sort by nation as well. And that is the end of the demo. Thank you.
As for a summary of our utilized technologies, our tech stack consisted of two main projects, our web application and our API, both of which were .NET 5 applications. Additionally, we had a bunch of machine learning models which were trained and ran in Python. And then we had our PostgreSQL database which existed on an AWS RDS, while the web application, API, and machine learning models all existed on an AWS EC2. The EC2 was publicly exposed so that we can hit specific endpoints, whereas the RDS was hidden away. Additionally, we have an external API that we are paying for that we spoke to using HTTP requests and set up automated timers to allow for the automatic backfilling of necessary data. We used pre-created libraries for both our machine learning models as well as our other things, some ones that stand out. We use scikit-learn to train our models and do that stuff. Whereas for example, user authentication, we use sessions, and we used a library called bcrypt to use encryption on passwords and verify security there. As for some statistics, we had over 165 issues completed throughout the past 2 semesters, and this was spread across over 600 commits. Additionally, we have over 50 endpoints on our API. All of these are exposed publicly, and we have detailed documentation for all of them, explaining what possible inputs you have and what the output is going to be when returned. Additionally, we spoke to over 50 users through our user studies, which provided us with valuable information on where to go and what we were missing. And a lot of these things that the users mentioned were added in later.
To conclude everything that we have done for this project, we managed to have our core functionally works, and our web application has been working properly, which we can access by going to StatisGoat.com. And not only that, our website also focused on our user experience, which we got from our user feedbacks. And now, going back to the purpose of our project, which is to enable users to make more educated predictions about football matches in Europe, we believe what we have done in this project has accomplished it. The reason for it is because we have the prediction on matches, statistics on the players and teams, and also their performance for the last couple games or their head-to-head records. Overall, we believe that all of the things that we have done for this project is solely to accomplish our main purpose, which is to help users to get better understanding on the matches.